extend our warmest welcome to you all on behalf of the trustees of Justice G.D. Kamat Charitable Trust and V.M. Sarkar College of Law to the last lap of this competition, the Valedictory ceremony. I'm sure you still can feel all the zest and energy penetrating through the room with the post the Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial National Moot Court Competition 2023. The last 2 days of intense deliberation between the participants and the jury have not only been educational but also instrumental in shaping thought and action. It is indeed an honor to have in our presence Your Lordship, Justice Mahesh Sona. On behalf of our institution, I request our principal, Dr. Shabir Ali, to extend a floral welcome as a show of our sincerest appreciation. I'd now like to request our principal, Dr. Shabir Ali, to welcome the convocation.
Good evening, all of you. I think we are coming to the closing ceremony of Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial Moot Court Competition. And the event, the planning was started from September last year. And our students and faculty in charge and all other faculty members involved in this activity, and almost it has taken 4 or 5 months, and we have seen about the event in the last 2 days. And today is our closing ceremony of Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial National Moot Court Competition. In my privilege, and I am proud to welcome all the dignitaries on the dais as well as of the dais. Let me start with the chief guest of today's function, Honorable Justice Mahesh S. Sir, who is amongst us to grace the occasion of this wedding function. A warm welcome to you, sir, for this occasion. Thank you, sir, for coming. I take this opportunity to welcome the trustee, Sri Ullas Kamat sir, for this occasion and gracing the occasion and joining with us for this wedding function. Warm welcome to you, sir. It my privilege to welcome our managing committee and governing council member, Professor Bhaskar sir, and who is a vice chairman, Devi Shavani Consultancies, V.M. Sarkar Law, and he is also a teaching advisor and served as the ex-director of DHE. We welcome you, sir, for this occasion. Let me welcome my colleague, Dr. Amos Shirali, who is a faculty coordinator for this Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial Moot Court Competition. Welcome, Amos. Let me welcome the student coordinator who is here with us. Welcome to you. Student coordinator who is working very hard from beginning of this competition. A warm welcome to you. Let me welcome all the trustee members, especially Mrs. Justice G.D. Kamat, Madam. A warm welcome to you for this event. Let me welcome all the trustees and members of Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial Competition. Justice G.D. Kamat Charitable Trust, welcome to all the trustees and members. A warm welcome to all of you. Warm welcome to the senior judges of Goan, that is Sajesh Pedekar sir, and our senior advocate Surendra sir. Warm welcome to you, sir, for this event. welcome to Managing Committee of Devi Sarvanekar Societies, VM Sarvan Kavyafla, Sri D.P. Penega sir, Principal Anil Dinge sir, Principal R.V. Kankar sir, Professor and Dr. Manoj Kamat, who is here with us to give the occasion. A warm welcome to each and everyone for this event. All my faculty members who are with us, all the 3-4 months and supporting us for the event, a warm welcome to each and every faculty member of our college. And this event would not have been possible without the support and without the partnership. The participants came from different places. Warm welcome to each and everyone for this event. So let me welcome all student volunteers, OC team and different departments. A warm welcome to each and everyone for this event. And when the judges were there for various competition, preliminary rounds as well as quarterfinals, warm welcome to all the judges who judged the competition yesterday and today for this event. A warm welcome to each and everyone assembled in this gathering. If I forgot any name, please kindly excuse me because the huge number is there. I can't take name of each and every person. Kamat sir, G.K. sir, warm welcome to you also. You are associated with us and see you. We are glad to see you in this function. So now I think most of you are eagerly waiting for the results, and it may take it may take more than maybe 10-15 minutes extra to announce the results. So our motto is, let justice be done, though the heavens fall. Let the justice be done, though the heavens fall. We are transparent at every event, and you have seen that our event was complete transparent, and results are disclosed in the courtroom itself. So only final results are pending. I think there are 2 teams. One team is going to win, other team is going to be runner-up. And there is saying in Hindi, कभी कभी जीतने के लिए हारना पड़ता है, कभी कभी जीतने के लिए हारना पड़ता है, हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. All the best for the teams. Those who are waiting for the result, all the best for them. It is a welcome for this program. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Ulas Kamat, a recipient of the State Award for Excellence in Public Administration and Marketing Distinction Award from Columbus Press, London, has practically travelled every nook and corner of the world and is best known among social circles for his helpful nature. Mr. Kamat has held several key and responsible positions, including that of Chief Officer of Kamat Municipal Council and that of Director of Tourism, Director of Vigilance in the state of Goa. He has also served as the Special Secretary, Health and Director of Administration at Goa Medical College before his retirement. Mr. Kamat has played a pivotal role in the promotion and marketing of Goa as a foremost beach leisure destination of India. I now most humbly request the Principal to present a floral welcome to the esteemed trustee. Sir, I would now request you to address the gathering.
Good evening, chief guest, principal and his colleagues, the Bhaskar Naik, senior advocates, Surendra Sai, Sarishta Flicker, Nitin Sabisai, and all the youngsters who are going to be lawyers in the future. I am the trustee of G.D. Kamat Charitable Trust. I also happen to be his younger brother. after his passing away on 27th of January 2015, some of his well-wishers came together to set up this trust on 27th November 2015 with the avowed objective of promoting the cause of legal education in Goa. So also to educate people from the legal profession who have contributed in a significant way and set an example by their legal acumen, devotion and hard work, and above all, integrity. Before he was elevated in charge of the Bombay High Court in August 1983, Justice Kamat practiced law for over 20 years. In fact, he was the first Goan member of the bar to be elevated to the bench of the High Court and the first Goan to be appointed as the Chief Justice of the Gujarat High Court in July 1996. As far as his tenure as the judge of the Bombay High Court is concerned, I am hardly qualified to vouch for his competence, but I am proud to say that whomsoever I have come across in the legal profession has always had something nice and good to say about Justice G.D. Kamat. They are all unanimous in their opinion about his human nature, which dominated his position as a judge and also shaped the manner in which he dealt with matters, particularly in deciding cases of the downtrodden munkars, agricultural tenants, etc. It's a matter of great appreciation that his judgments have contributed immensely to the progress of laws of munkarship and agricultural tenancy in the state of Goa, and thousands have been benefited by the judgments that he delivered for protection of munkars and agricultural tenants. During his public life spanning over 5 decades, Justice Kamat was associated with a number of educational and social organizations, including People's Education Trust, V.M. Sargawkar College of Law, and also as a member of the Senate and Faculty of Law of the University of Bombay. As a judge, he was also the prime mover to start Lok Nyayalaya High Court of Bombay, Pandi branch in July 1996, and after retirement was the most preferred arbitrator. Now coming to our trust, kindly be informed that no sooner the trust was set up in November 2015, we took the initiative to organize a series of lectures by eminent jurists and other speakers on important legal and socio-economic issues. The first such oration was by Justice B.N. Krishna, retired judge of the Supreme Court of India, on the subject Human Angle in the Judicial System. The subject was so dear to Justice Kamat. That was done to coincide with his first death anniversary on 26 January 2016, which coincidentally was the Republic Day. The second oration was by Justice B.S. Chauhan, also retired judge of Supreme Court and chairman of the 21st Law Commission of India. That was on 5th of February 2017 on the topic surrogacy, ethical, legal and socio-economic issues, which generated keen interest amongst medical and legal fraternity. We have also in the past felicitated some of the distinguished members of the bar, including Senior Advocate Manohar Uzgaonkar, the late Mr. G.U. Bobe. We have also felicitated educationist Professor Madhav Kamat. Unfortunately, the lecture series took a hit due to COVID-19 pandemic, but we hope to resume it soon in the near future. This being the 50th year of the V.M. Sargawkar College of Law, it is in the witness of things that this privileged institution deemed it appropriate to organize the G.D. Kamat Memorial National Moot Court Competition, Goa 2023, in memory of the late Justice Kamat, who was not only the founding member of Devi Sharwani Education Society, which manages the college, but also served as the Vice President of the Managing Committee of the society. On behalf of Justice G.D. Kamat Charitable Trust, I am indeed happy to convey our grateful thanks to the principal and his colleagues at the college for organizing this 3-day event very successfully. I would also like to congratulate all the participants from well-known and esteemed institutions from various parts of the country who have responded to the National Moot Court competition by their enthusiastic participation. I would also like to convey on behalf of our trust our congratulations to all the winners of the competition. Now let me take this opportunity to indulge in some loose talk. You see, I have been in government service for nearly 50 years between 1967 and 2017, including 12 years after retirement. So I can call myself the longest serving government servant. Although in our service we are like jack of all trades, master of none. My major tenure was in tourism, 12 years at a stretch, including 2 years in government here. During my tenure in Delhi, I had to do protocol duties with President of PATA, Pacific Asia Travel Association. You know what he said? Tourism worldwide has come to a stage where if you don't marry, you feel sorry. And if you get married, you still feel sorry. You see, the state of Kerala may boast itself of being God's own country, but all gods are in Tamil Nadu. This is what Secretary Tourism of Tamil Nadu said in conference. To that, I stood up and interjected, and your goddess too in Jayalalitha, who was the chief minister there, sending everybody into peals of laughter. You know, during the Portuguese colonial rule till December 1961, shops selling beverages were aplenty, and their signboards in Portuguese read, "Bebidas geladas" in Portuguese. The Indian tourists flocking into Goa immediately after liberation read these signboards as "Bebidas geladas." And when they went back home, they told everybody that there is a big shop by name Bebidas Geladas who has branches all over Goa. Today, Goa is known worldwide as the foremost beach leisure destination of India. The annual tourist inflow into Goa is over 5 times its population, which is only 15 lakhs. A famous song greets you when you join the evening cruise at Santa Monica Jetty on River Mandovi. Come to Goa, Goa Amchire. Gents are nice and ladies full of spice. And it goes on. No doubt, people in Goa are very nice, but not so our politicians. They often indulge in game of ayarams and gayarams, causing political instability, which prompted a cartoonist to show that a guide is telling a tourist on a Goan beach that we ensure that a tourist stays longer in Goa than the government. Alcohol is freely available in Goa, but our sincere advice to all the youngsters who have been here, drink but not get drunk. Otherwise, like the editor of Helka.com, one would get into trouble. And at a conference organized by him 12 years back, he told the audience on the stage, I was present there, you are in Goa. Goa is a place for fun and frolic, he said. Drink and enjoy. Sleep with anybody you like, get up with somebody else. And he ran into trouble. I think he's still knocking at the doors of various courts. In Delhi there is a saying, beware of 2 persons. I would conclude with this, beware of 2 persons. हिंदी में कहावत है, 2 आदमी को डरिए, सफेद कोट वाले that is doctors and काले कोट वाले that is lawyers. तो दोनों काटते हैं. Thank you. Next committee.
Thank you, sir. Now coming to another one of our esteemed dignitaries, Vice Chairman and Educational Advisor of Devi Sharmani Education Society and B.M. Salgaonkar College of Law, Mr. Bhaskar Naik. Mr. Bhaskar Naik scaled great heights of achievements in both his personal and professional life, creating a lasting impression in the lives of the thousands of students, colleagues, subordinates and superiors he has met along the way in his teaching career, spanning close to 4 decades. A passionate dramatist and a lover of arts and the cultural heritage of Goa, Sir has left an indelible imprint in the promotion of cultural activities as much as he has on academics and administration. I sincerely request our principal to present Mr. Bhaskar Naik a floral welcome. I request Dr. Moot, our faculty coordinator, to welcome Srimati Kamat with a bouquet of flowers. We would now like to extend a floral welcome to the following: Dr. Shabir Ali, Principal of VM Sargamkar College of Law; Dr. Amut Shirani, Faculty Coordinator; and Siddharth Shetye, Student Coordinator. I now request Dr. Bhaskar Naik to please say a few words.
Most respected and Honorable Justice Susumak Sir, ex-Advocate General, former Advocate General, Sister Reshwab Lutkekar, Nitin Bab, Sir Desai, Principal of the College, Professor Shabir Ali, my good friend in the administration and the guide, Sri Ullasbab Kamat, Senior Advocate Desai Bab, Advocate Tamba, and many others whom I see, my principal colleagues, Principal Ringe, Principal Gaukar, Principal Manoj Kamat, Sri Technical Sir, all other dignitaries from the legal field and otherwise who are present here. Right at the outset, let me congratulate my own institution for organizing this fantastic event. I congratulate them because this is an event which gives a first-hand learning experience to the students. And my sincere thanks to GD Kamat Memorial Trust for confiding in us that we could do it, and it was such a wonderful organization which they have been doing for last 2 days. In fact, I enjoyed yesterday. I could not attend the inaugural program due to I had a very, very severe cold and I didn't want to spread it to the others. But I came yesterday morning and I went late in the evening. And I did attend many of the, I did attend few of the actual sessions of the Moot Court. And at that moment, what I felt, and this is what a suggestion which I would like to make to Professor, that this program, hereafter, whenever there is a Moot Court of international level, see to it that every student of your college attends it, witnesses it, because this is the first lesson towards how to work in the court, to make a good donation to this. And without raising any question, he always had great regards for GD Kamat, Justice GD Kamat. And as I learned that he was a part of the Devi Sharmani Education Society, the type of the association that we had, we are really thankful to our chairman, and we hope that if this activity continues further, he would be definitely helping the organization college for conducting this. What I am only suggesting is to the trust that let this not be the only activity for this year. I do understand that it is a very, very costly affair. You require a lot of money for this. If it cannot be done every year, at least once in 2 years, once in 3 years, because we are doing it in the name of Justice GD Kamat, such a great figure, and such a great judicial figure. I had opportunity to listen to him in the court when some case was going on. A person who has been such a very, very simple type of a person. I cannot speak too many things about it because I don't belong to the legal field and I didn't have a regular contact. But I'm saying if we are organizing this type of a competition, let that competition be organized on a year-to-year basis, at least, if not, then once in 2 years or once in 3 years. I am told that altogether 24 teams participated in this competition, and India. People from Jammu and Kashmir, students from Kerala, students from West Bengal, students from Gujarat. There are 24 teams altogether, and it was a real tough competition. Saharanpur College of Law does two great activities. This is one activity. The second one, which is even a greater activity because it has so far established itself, the Lux Infinitum. Shortly, it has become such a great activity that the dates are fixed. Every year it is on those fixed dates that Lux Infinitum happens. So let this activity be like Lux Infinitum. I'll only say a few words in 2 minutes to the young lawyers. A couple of days back I read an article in the newspaper written by Sri Prakash Babu Erlekar, V.B. Prabhu Erlekar, the chartered accountant. He's a person who always is a very, very sensitive person, and the things that are happening around him, he likes to react. And he has made some beautiful suggestions in order to make the judicial system fit. In judicial system there are two sides. One is the judges, the other one is the lawyers. And what we observe very often is there is a delay in justice. And justice delayed is justice denied. I am reminded of a quotation, because my memory I may not be able to exactly tell you who said it, but it was in the connection with Article 19 of the Constitution. I am very much afraid of while I speak on something on Constitution, because the great lawyers are sitting right in front of me. This authority, I don't know, but it's a very top authority which has said this. The lawyers in India, and I quote, there will be some missing links here and there, and if I am wrong, please correct it yourself. The lawyers in India should raise monument to the draftsman of Article 19, where the word reasonable appears 6 times or whatever. In a country like India, where then further they go on saying that the justice depends upon the length of the chancellor's foot. Chancellor meaning the judge, the length of the chancellor's foot. And then further they say, this is that in a country like India, where the litigation is costly, delaying and all that, the justice depends not only on the length of the chancellor's foot, but also with the depth of the plaintiff's purse. How deep is the plaintiff's purse? So, I would request the young budding lawyers, see to it you please help the judicial system in settling the cases faster. In Goa we say adiyar, ek ke liye adiyar, dusra ke liye, tisra ke liye, chauthira ke liye. I think it cannot be done more than twice or thrice at present. But once you keep on postponing, yeah, I know there is economics also involved in this, but somewhere follow those great principles with this human lawyer head, and I think you will do it over a period of time in your judicial career. See, a lawyer has to defend the cases, but don't forget that you are also a human being, that you need to do service to the mankind, that at the same time you need to earn, you need to buy a Ferrari, no doubt about it, but don't buy that Ferrari by delaying the justice. That's all I wanted to say. And once again I congratulate the College of Law for organizing this great event. Thank you very much.
I now request our faculty coordinator, Dr. Amod Shirali, to present Senior Advocate Sarish Lokikar with a flower. I now call upon Ms. Bhumika Redkar to take over.
Thank you, Alika. I'd like to start by requesting Siddhant Shetye, the student coordinator, to give us a brief overview of all the events that have transpired over the course of this competition.
Thank you so much, Bhumika. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to extend my warmest regards to Honorable Justice Shri Mahesh S. Sonak, other dignitaries, trustees of Justice G.D. Kamat Charitable Trust, and other invitees. Myself, Siddhant Shetty, and I am the student coordinator of Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial National Moot Court Competition. The competition has been an enduring journey right from its inception, having roots in memory to late Justice G.D. Kamat. This competition, I hope, has served its purpose of paying homage to late Justice G.D. Kamat. The conceptualization of this national moot started roughly in the months of July and August in 2022. During the primary foundation laying stage, we were honored to have received the guidance and benediction from Senior Advocate Suresh Sir and other respected trustees of Justice G.D. Kamat Trust, who nurtured this idea into its fruition with a lot of circumspection. The proposition for the moot was released in public domain in the first week of November. Initially structured in a way to have 24 participating teams, the overwhelming response from colleges across India made us push the limit to 26. We being gladly compelled by the spirit of postulating the best mooting culture and experience in the country. The organizing committees have worked consistently and relentlessly over months to concretize this colossal vision into today's reality. Curating this 3-day event, 27th making the inaugural and ending officially on the 29th with this valedictory. 27 January 2023 was the first day of this mega event. All the participating teams were not only respectively welcomed but also appropriately oriented, mentored and briefed as to the competition by Professor Dr. Suchita Dikle and other faculty in charges. It was followed by the draw of lots that was conducted by the competition department head, Master Shapin Korea. Simultaneously, the researchers' test was also conducted by researchers' test head, Sachin Pandey. The same evening was marked by the much-awaited inauguration ceremony, where we were very highly privileged and honored to have amongst us His Excellency Shri P.S. Srivaran Pillai, the Honorable Governor of Goa. We were gratified by the gracious presence of Mr. Ajay Vaidya and other trustees of the Justice G.D. Kamat Trust. On the 28th, which was the day 2 of the event, it pronounced the commencement of the much-awaited competition. Prelim 1 and Prelim 2 were conducted in the morning session, where every team had an equal opportunity to present its case on either side in respective prelims. The 26 teams also inundated in amicable competitive spirit battled their way through to make it into the quarterfinals. The prelims were judged by 26 highly qualified legal practitioners. The combined scores of Prelim 1 and Prelim 2 resulted in top 8 quarterfinalists. Once again, a draw of lots was conducted to give the quarterfinalists their respective sides for arguments. The quarterfinals were conducted in the afternoon sessions, which were judged by 8 esteemed High Court advocates. The top 4 teams of the 8 succeeded into semi-final rounds. The top 4 semi-finalists battled in yet to make their place in the top 2. The semi-finals were judged by 6 respected senior advocates. Senior Advocate Suresh Logligar, Senior Advocate Surendra G. Desai, Senior Advocate Jilman Koel Pereira, Senior Advocate R.G. Ramani, Senior Advocate Nitin Sadasai and Advocate Cleopat Patina. The top 2 teams, having codes T7 and T14, have contended and combated in the legal field in the finals to rightly clinch their deserved finalist tag. The finals saw an intellectual exchange and rebuttal of arguments, squabble, and legal opinions and precedents, each team in an urge to leave behind an impression of winning anticipation. The finals were judged by a panel of esteemed judges, Honorable Justice Shri Mahesh S. Sonak, Honorable Retired Justice Fatima Ribello, Honorable Shri Justice Valmiki Menezes, the results of which are much eagerly awaited to be declared in this valedictory. With this, I, Siddhant Shetty, the faculty, the student coordinator of this event, sign off. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddhant. It is an honor to have amongst us a personality as acclaimed as your Lordship, Justice Sona. Quoting your Lordship himself, the legitimate purpose of education is not to fill an empty mind with facts, figures, and information. It is to replace an empty mind with an open one. Born in November 1964, your Lordship Justice Mahesh Sharat Chandra Sona completed his education in Don Bosco High School, after which he went on to complete his BSc from Delhi College and his LLB from MS College of Law in first class. He has been enrolled as an advocate on the rolls of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Gujarat and Goa in October 1988 and practiced at the Panaji bench of the High Court of Judicature, Bombay, in civil, constitutional, labour and service, environmental, commercial and tax and company law, as well as several public interest litigations. He was the additional standing counsel for the central government, special counsel for the state government and statutory corporations, and was finally elevated as the additional judge of the High Court of Judicature at Bombay on 21st June 2013. I now most humbly request our Honourable Chief Guest to say a few enlightening words.
Dignitaries on the center table, off the center table. Mrs. Kamat, Kubut Kapu, as we have always referred to her, members of Chief Justice J.D. Kamat family, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for this honor. The Salgaonkar Law College, my alma mater, has hosted the National Moot Court competition that has just concluded. The conclusion, I understand, is awaited, but the competition has concluded. From the overwhelming response of 26 teams and the exceptionally high quality of the performances, there remains no doubt that this event has been a resounding success. Congratulations to one and all. The organizers, the students, the participants, the staff members have contributed significantly to this resounding success. But a significant measure of this success is also due to late Chief Justice J.D. Kamat, in whose loving memory this event was founded. Chief Justice Kamat was a good lawyer, a very good judge, and an excellent human being. The qualities of head and heart were so ingrained in him that nothing but excellence could ever be the expected result. Chief Justice J.D. Kamat's memory is like a fragrance. His sense of humor and wit was the spice of every conversation. And I am so glad that his brother has also kept alive that legacy. His pleasant personality always enhanced the charm of any company that was benefited by his presence. His smile, I must say, was infectious. His smile would not only light up his own face, but it would illuminate the entire room. That was certainly one curve that invariably set everything straight. I think that a measure of a man, or the true measure of a man, is how he treats those who possibly cannot reciprocate him in some way. And in this measure, Chief Justice J.D. Kamat stands tall. In fact, he stands as a tower of strength. Several lawyers have made their debut in Justice Kamat's court. He was always comforting and considerate to the newcomers. The debutants may not have always won their case, but Justice Kamat always won their hearts. The experience was so reassuring and it sowed the seeds of confidence in each of these debut cuts. Even as a lawyer, Advocate G.D. Kamat, Das Kamat, we used to call him Das Kamat Kaka when we were small, was most welcoming to any new entrant in the bar, apart from briefs, and I mean legal briefs. Many new lawyers who are now the success stories at the bar began their careers by donning a suit, the fabric of which was invariably presented by Das Kamat Kaka. Those were not the days when you would get ready-made blazers. In fact, those were not the days when anything was literally ready-made for law or the legal professionals. Practically everything had to be made ready by the dint of hard work and very limited resources. This is not in the least to discount the efforts and hard work of the generation which followed or the present generation. The present generation may have their advantages, but they too sometimes are wrapped up in severe disadvantages. Therefore, even today, there can be no compromise on hard work or research. But one of the greatest disadvantages, I should say, for the present generation is lack of excellent mentors like Chief Justice G.D. Kamat. Not only mentors, but lack of idols like him. Now, to the law students or to the would-be lawyers who have gathered here today, I would recommend reading Fali Nariman's autobiography, Before Memory Fades. That is the title of the autobiography. Please read chapter 5, which is entitled Lessons in the School of Hard Knocks. And hard knocks is nothing but the bar. This chapter is like the 10 commandments to a would-be lawyer. Actually, this chapter contains about 28 commandments that will prove extremely useful to you. Nariman Senior says that it is better to spend more time thinking about a case than merely reading a brief. And I think it is absolutely the right way to experiment. Nariman Senior also says that a lawyer must never consciously make an incorrect statement before a court, or he says you run the risk of being mentally blackballed by the judge. And this can be one of the greatest occupational hazards for a young lawyer. If you deliberately make an incorrect statement and make a habit of doing this, then your statements may be viewed as the chimes of the proverbial Irish clock that strikes 13. The people who listen will not only disbelieve the 13th chime, but will have great doubts about the correctness of the first 12. At the same time, I do believe, and I quite firmly believe, that a lawyer must be courageous, a lawyer must be forthright. You should try not to be insolent. Strive to develop a new point, a creative interpretation, instead of slavishly adhering to precedents. Dear students, precedents are not chains that tie us down to the past. Rather, look at them as lampposts which illuminate the way. Therefore, learn to go where no one has gone before and then leave behind a beautiful trail. Be innovative, be creative. The legal profession welcomes this. The legal profession, in fact, needs this. There is nothing like absolute right or absolute wrong when it comes to law or legal interpretations. They say that if there were to be another court above the Supreme Court, then perhaps many decisions of the Supreme Court would be reversed, reviewed, or overruled. Justice Jackson of the US Supreme Court famously remarked, "We are not final because we are infallible. We are infallible because we are final." That really sums it up. Now, Satyameva Jayate is our judicial motto. There can be no two questions that truth must prevail. But there can always be a question, and which is what often arises in the courts of law as to what is this truth. And to this question, there can always be no easy answers. In a lighter way than taking clue from Ulhasbagh, let me share with you a story of a young sailor on his maiden voyage. He was just recruited in the merchant navy and he was out on a voyage at sea. The sailor was honest, hardworking, and had high hopes of a successful career in the merchant navy. His captain was competent, a bit strict, and did not believe that justice should be tempered with mercy. At one of the port calls, the young sailor celebrated his birthday with his fellow sailors, and as was not entirely unexpected, got a bit drunk by the time he returned to the ship. Now the Admiralty law requires the ship to maintain a logbook, and in this logbook one is expected to enter the day's events. The Admiralty law says that every crew member or each crew member, right from the captain to the humblest sailor, have to take turns to write this logbook. That means the captain writes it today, then the next day somebody else will write it, and so on. Unfortunately for this hardworking and honest sailor, it was the captain's turn to write the logbook. So the captain recorded in the logbook that the sailor was drunk on that fateful day. The young sailor the next day, after he got over the hangover, realized what has happened, and he went and pleaded with the captain. He said, "Sir, this was my birthday. I went out with the friends. This remark of yours is going to affect my career. This is the only singular indiscretion that happened. Can't you please change it?" But the captain was quite firm and he said, "I have only recorded the truth and nothing but the truth. So I cannot change it. I'm sorry, I can't help you." After a few days, coincidentally, it was the turn of this young sailor to write the logbook. He recorded the day's events faithfully. But in the end, he also added, "The captain was sober today." The captain was absolutely furious, but the sailor maintained that this was the truth and nothing but the truth. The captain was indeed sober on that day. So the point, dear friends, is not to make a fetish about anything. Have an open mind. Have a spirit, not the spirit which the sailor had, or rather overhad, but instead have a spirit of inquiry. There were usually questions which were asked as to how many years does a student have to learn in the college to become a good lawyer. Now the answer is, I will really quote Mark Twain. He says that college education can do you no harm, provided you are willing to learn after that. And in the legal profession, believe me, that every day is a learning day. The day you stop learning, that is the day you should decide that you are going to stop practicing the law. And there are various sources to learn from. You have to only keep your mind open and accept. In fact, legal profession is such that as every day goes by, you realize the magnitude of your ignorance. Today you feel you know so many things. Tomorrow, the more you read, you realize that there was so much more to know, and I do not know this. So legal education is nothing but a progressive realization of the magnitude of your ignorance. You don't have to be deterred by this, but you have to continue learning. And at the same time, this is a humbling profession, because you have to learn to accept that you could be wrong. Your learned opponent in law you always address your opponent as learned, whether he is or he is not. Because he will also reciprocate with you in the same way. But please appreciate that your learned opponent could be wrong. And above all, please appreciate that the judges before whom you appear could also be wrong. In fact, from my personal experience, I should say that they could sometimes be right. Now, if you develop this habit of functioning with this attitude and you are prepared to work hard, there is no better profession than the legal profession, and there is no better calling than the calling of a judge. And if you need any proof for this, then let me tell you that there could be no greater and better proof than the life and times of Chief Justice G.D. Kamat. Friends, therefore tributes are due to Chief Justice G.D. Kamat, and congratulations are in order for the participants of this excellent moot court competition, the winners of this moot court competition, the organizers of this grand national event. May all your efforts bear fruit in shape of courageous lawyers and conscientious judges. Friends, I know that the result has been held as an hostage, or rather, you have all been held as an hostage, so that you could partake in the enjoyment of the results. I will delay this suspense no more. I thank you very much for this unique honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for those edifying words.
I compliment the participants for putting their best foot forward and making this competition a success. Now coming to the most awaited, highly anticipated part of not only this ceremony but this entire competition, the announcement of the results. We will commence by handing over the participation certificates. We will be calling out your team codes, requesting a member from each team to proceed to the dais to collect the same. Requesting Sir Bhaskar Naik to hand over the certificates for the following. Alliance University, Karnataka. Christ deemed to be University. Christ Academy Institute of Law. ICFAI Law School, Jaipur. KLE Societies, Guru Siddhappa Kodambri Law College, Hubli. Dharwad, Karnataka. KIIT School of Law. Thank you, sir. Requesting our principal, Dr. Shabir Ali, to hand over the certificates for the following. Maharashtra National Law University, Nagpur. Ma Gregorius College of Law, Nalanchira, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. MMMs, Shankarrao Chavan Law, Pune. National Law Institute University, Bhopal. RP Institute of Legal Studies. Rabindranath Tagore University. Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, Punjab. Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law. Thank you, sir. Requesting Sir Ulas Kamat to hand over the certificates for the following. School of Excellence in Law. School of Legal Studies, Kusat. Symbiosis Law School, Hyderabad. Symbiosis Law School, Nagpur. Symbiosis Law School, Pune. University Institute of Legal Studies, Punjab University. Vaikunta Baliga College of Law, Udupi. Ramaya College of Law, Bengaluru. Christ Academy Institute of Law, Bengaluru. College of Law.
Participation is the first step towards victory, but daily luck picks sides. I would like to start by requesting Sir Bhaskar Rai to hand over the plaque for the best researcher. Thank you, sir. I would now request our principal, Dr. Shabir Ali, to hand over the plaque for the best memorial, and it goes to Team 20, School of Excellence in Law. Thank you, sir. And last but not the least, I would like to request Sir Ullas Kamat to hand over the plaque for the best mooter, and it goes to Team Code 15, RV Institute of Legal Studies, Mrs. Srinidhi Joshi. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We will now proceed with the most anticipated moment of the night, where we will first announce our runners-up and finally the ultimate winners of the Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial National Moot Court Competition 2023. I would humbly request your Lordship, Justice Mahesh Sona, to please proceed to the podium to announce our results.
So the runners-up, PC07, KLE Societies, Guru Siddhappa, Uttangree Law College, Bangalore.
Request all of our dignitaries to please come forward to announce our winners for tonight.
So I'm happy to say although we have stolen a surprise from the results, still we are extremely happy to announce the The first place winners, National Law Institute, University, Bhopal.
Thank you to all of our dignitaries. Living in a state of gratitude is the great way with grace, and it is of utmost importance that we thank all of those who have contributed to this competition. In furtherance of the same, I would now request Dr. Moot, the director of the Moot Court Society, to deliver the vote of thanks.
The last one, the back, and called upon to say just two words, thank you. That will just take a little over 10 minutes. So please bear with me. Respected Chief Guest for today's valedictory ceremony, Honorable Sri Justice Mahesh S. Sona, Judge, High Court of Bombay and Goa, Sri Ullas D. Kamat, Justice G.D. Kamat Charitable Trust, Sri Bhaskar Naik, Vice Chairman and Education Advisor of Devi Sharwani Education Society, VM Sarkar College of Law, Dr. G. Shabir Ali, Principal of our college, Student Coordinator Mr. Siddhant Shetty, distinguished guests in the audience, advocates present for the function, faculty members, participants, OC members and volunteers. A very good evening to all. Cicero, we all know, said, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. I, Dr. Amol Shirali, consider it my privilege to propose the vote of thanks at this valedictory ceremony of Justice G.D. Kamat Memorial National Moot Court Competition held from 27 to 29 January 2023. At the outset, I would like to express my profound gratitude to Sri P.S. Sridharan Pillai, Honorable Governor of Goa, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest for the inaugural ceremony and gracing the occasion with his presence. I also express my sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Honorable Sri Justice Mahesh S. Sona, Judge, High Court of Bombay and Goa, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest for this valedictory ceremony and also to judge the final round of this prestigious competition. I humbly thank you, Your Lordship, for your insightful speech and inspiring words to all the participants. I'm also highly obliged to Honorable Sri Justice Valmiki Menezes, Judge, High Court of Bombay, and Sri Justice Ferdinand Ribello former judge or former Chief Justice of Allahabad High Court, for accepting our invitation to judge the final round of this competition. The competition of this magnitude would not have been possible without the unconditional support of Justice G.D. Kamat Charitable Trust. It is important for me to mention that Senior Advocate Sri Saresh Lodlikar sir, on a number of occasions in the past, expressed his desire to have a moot court competition in the name of his senior, late Justice G.D. Kamat. Upon perusal of our proposal made to you, sir, I am reminded of the words in quotes, "We will do it." No questions were asked when he saw the proposal. But these words have now been fulfilled, and if I am falling short of expectation, please excuse me, but this is a memorable one. It will be definitely remembered for a long time. I sincerely thank you, sir, for giving your valuable support in the organization of this competition. I also express my gratitude to the family of late Justice G.D. Kamat. Ms. Moot Kamat also happens to be my teacher in school, and Advocate Sri Ninad Kamat, son of late Justice G.D. Kamat, for all the cooperation and encouragement during the conduct of this competition, and also for allowing us to host this competition in the name of late Justice G.D. Kamat. My sincere thanks also to Sri Ullas Kamat, brother of late Sri G.D. Kamat, for his coordination between the trust and the college during this competition. And on behalf of the institution, sir, I thank you for your support and for your trust. I thank our management, and more particularly our chairman of Devi Sharwani Education Society, Sri Dattaraj V. Sargapar, for providing all the necessary support, assistance and benevolence in the conduct of this competition. And I also express my sincere gratitude to Senior Advocate Sri Nitin Sardesai for support and guidance in the organization of this competition. During the organizational phase of this competition, there was a need to take instant decisions which were purely taken by me and, of course, the student coordinator in my discretion. But you have always ratified it, sir, and supported us. I profoundly thank our principal, Dr. G. Shabir Ali. Thank you, sir, for your continued support and guidance in hosting this competition. I also thank Sri Bhaskar Naik, sir, for his encouragement and support in all activities that he conducts in the college. He is always there to guide us and support us. The fantastic court setting and the red carpets and all the arrangements that you saw in college, all that credit goes to our administrator, Sri D.P. Pedekar. Sir, thank you for the logistic support. Every moot court competition announcement involves a moot proposition. And for this purpose, we approached Professor Dr. M.R.K. Prasad, and without any hesitation, sir, agreed to draft a moot problem. More so, it was an attempt, it was his attempt to consider contemporary legal situations, which is highly appreciable. I take this opportunity, sir, Prasad sir, thank you for drafting, not only drafting the competition, but also guiding us by your rich experience at different stages in the organization of this competition. I would also like to place on record my sincere gratitude to all the advocates and senior advocates who have taken their time out of the busy schedule for judging the preliminary rounds, quarterfinals, semi-finals. My sincere thanks also goes to our sponsors, a real group of companies for providing the mineral water, Live Law for providing publicity of the competition at the very early stage, and also I'm grateful to the press and media for outstanding coverage of this competition since 27th of January. I'm also grateful to a self-made artist, Ms. Seema Sardesai, who is in attendance for this function, for sponsoring 3 paintings which were presented as a token of gratitude to all the judges of the final round, Honorable Shri Mahesh S. Sonak, Justice Valmiki Menezes, and Shri Justice Ferdinand Rivero, which were presented soon after the final round. Her series of paintings from various Raj Kapoor's films were a part of International India Film Academy Awards and also the Toronto Film Festival, International Film Festival, where it was presented, and she is internationally acclaimed. Thank you, ma'am, for presenting that. It is also my bounden duty to thank our administrative staff of the college for all the necessary support during the conduct of this competition. To make this event of this magnitude possible, it was necessary to have an individual with not only organizational skills but also efficient leadership skills like that of Mahendra Singh Dhoni. But also the grit of King Kohli, Virat Kohli. My deepest gratitude to Mr. Siddhant Shekhi, the student coordinator of the competition. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for everything. Also, my sincere thanks to student co-coordinator Ms. Riddhi Moge for overall coordination. I also thank, on a personal note, my wife, Advocate Prithvi Bandekar Shilali, for her continued support during the conduct of this competition. This moot court competition wouldn't be a success if the participants hadn't participated. We received an overwhelming response. We had a limited registrations of 24. We received 26 registrations to be 27, but one team unfortunately could not participate or make it here, but 26 teams arrived here, and I thank them profusely for all the fervor and zeal showed by them with a very competitive spirit. The successful organization of this competition was the result of hard work and persistent efforts of the organizing committee, various student volunteers, and also faculty members. I take this pleasure to thank each one of you. I would now request, and also for the audience, I would like to introduce all the people of this institution, faculty members and the students more particularly, who were behind the scenes working for the last 2 to 3 months to come forward as I call. But just to conclude this, if anyone is missed, it's not intentional, but please consider my sincere gratitude. Of course, the college band I need to thank because they yet to perform, but they'll put up a performance. I'm sure you will take these memories back home and you will never forget these performances. I would now quickly request our departments to come forward along with the faculty and the OC members and the deputy. The first department, and I'll give a brief insight of each of this department. It's all started in October of 2022 when Dr. M.R.K. Prasad started drafting or conceptualized the legal issue for drafting the moot court problem. I would request Dr. M.R.K. Prasad to please come forward. Drafting committee, OC head Rahul Rao and Deputy Ishan Kerkare, please come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause. The entire moot court competition is based on the moot proposition. The second department is the memorials, which were judged by our faculty, Dr. Sandhya Ram and Professor Pearl Montero. Please come forward. They did an excellent job. Jonathan Tolia, OC Head and Deputy Yash Kutte. Every organization needs registration. This registration which I am talking about is not the registration on 27th when the teams arrived. This is the preliminary provisional registration which began in the first week of November and ended eventually on somewhere around 3rd of December with the concluding registration on 9th of December. Registration and reception, I would like to call upon Professor Priscilla Fernandez and Ruhi Farte and our OC head Riya Amolkar. Please give a round of applause. And Eugenia Melo Igranjo. Eugenia. Accommodation for the participants, I'm sure you are comfortable. We are sorry if you have to wait for check-in, but the two hotels, Palm Air and Sunheads, I'm sure you are comfortable. The accommodation team started working early morning, wee hours of 27th January. As the team started arriving, may I call Ms. Reshmi Sawant and Lavu if you are around. Dr. Kalina Shrodkar and Deputy Sabu Prabhudesai. Thank you for managing the accommodation and the transport of the teams this evening from the hotel to the venue. There is another hospitality which we can never forget. If we attend weddings, we may not remember the couple, but we will definitely remember the food. The sumptuous food, the lunch, the dinner, and of course today's dinner is awaited. Thank you to Dr. Sonal Sardesai, Ms. Priyanka Sheikh, Meera Mandekar, and Mahek Agarwal. They have not only taken care of hospitality of the participants, but also the volunteers, the judges, and the High Court judges as well. Thank you so much. An event of this type would also require a lot of movement, logistics, which we usually call as production. And you can see all the carpets around, you can see the benches moved around, you can see the court setting, court-like setting. A big thank you to Dr. B.S. Patil and Dr. Priya Onskar, the faculty, OC member Vasudev Sarkar and Siddhant Sardesai. They have really turned the college into a simulated court atmosphere. with the judges launch. Thank you so much. The next department is one which started operating in the virtual world. In the social media, our visibility, our designing, our brochures, pamphlets, invitation cards for the valedictory, for the inaugural, and our face on the social media right from the inception in November 8th, 2022, and for the media and press coverage and all the photography done during this competition, media and marketing, Dr. Shruti Kamat Dalal, Mr. Siddesh Tari, Ms. Disha Sardesai, faculty coordinators, OC member Natasha Deshpande, Vishodhan Mangoli, it is what we call as creative designing, and the live streaming of the finals and all the IT that was there during this competition. Thank you to Natasha and the entire team. We are in this setting today, in this Red Tata Hall at Panjim Gymkhana. You can see the decor, banner, the arrangement of the chairs, and all that you can see, including the Master of Ceremonies for the inaugural ceremony. And today, the department which gets us all together in a more comfortable atmosphere. I would like to immensely thank Dr. Kim Kudo, Ms. Ashwini Naik, Professor Ashwini Naik, Ms. Diya Kamat, OC and Deputy Sakshi Golwekar. Just to mention, Diya Kamat has not only worked in social, she's just gone beyond transgressing in all other departments, but with the objective of making this competition successful. Thank you so much. Also, Prapti for the decor. Usually in a moot court competition, the researcher is not in the scheme of things usually. So we thought that there should be a researcher's test, and therefore it was conceptualized, and we felt that there should be some kind of testing on the basis of the moot problem, few questions within the periphery of the law which is applicable to the moot problem, and therefore this researcher's test was conducted, the award of which was just presented. I would like to call Dr. Ranjana Ferrao Sosa Cordero and Professor Ruhi Forte for conducting the researcher's test, along with OC head Sachin Panikar and Deputy Chandrani Allanada. This competition involved procuring a lot of materials right from the time the organizational part started, procuring mementos, wonderful mementos which were presented to all the judges, the advocates who came as judges, and all the other materials, the folders, the bags, everything that you can see from bouquet to stationery, everything. I would like to call faculty in charge, Meghna ma'am, Professor Meghna Kabri, Sahib Nande, and Sanya Sardesai for doing a commendable job in procuring all that is necessary, including the generator. We apologize for a little bit of power woes that we had, but that was circumstances beyond our control. The competition also involves meticulous calculations and transparency in disclosing and revealing the results and computation of the results. I would like to call upon the team of scoring headed by Ms. Amal Kazi and also Mr. Roshan Parwar and Isha Goregan, OC member, and Saloni Parak. The competition required some eminent judges, advocates, having experience of participating in national moot court competitions as well as their experience in the legal fraternity. All that was considered in inviting the preliminary round judges, advocates as judges and senior counsels thereupon to coordinate in the invitation to the judges. I would like to call upon Dr. K.S. Rao and Ms. Amal Kazi, our OC member Shalaka Dawlikar and Aniket Prabhu. I would like to also thank Dr. K.S. Rao for helping us in inviting the governor. The next department is a department which took over from the registration department after 9th of December in all coordination with the teams and all the participating teams and the members and our team ushers who are guiding the team. Each usher is guiding our team participating teams. The next department I would like to call upon for all their coordination with the participants right from December, Dr. Moot Vaidya and Ms. Ruchira Naik and OC Gautami Kamat and Deputy Navni Parvekar. Thank you so much for your coordination with the teams, every single communication by email, WhatsApp messages. Even a while back, in fact, for attending this function, to receipt of certificates, the team coordination. Last but not the least, This competition could not have been possible without the competition. And therefore, right from orientation to the several rehearsals that we had, we created mock courtrooms for 3 days to see the coordination between the judges, scoring, calculation and scoring department by running the round of duration of 30 minutes for 3 days to achieve what standard we have said is perfection. I would like to call upon the competition department, Professor Suchita Timle and Professor Shaina Dulankar and our own OC head, Shavin Korea, and Krishna Desai, and all the volunteers. There are several volunteers, all of which were in the court room, what we can call as court officials, in other words. Thank you. Now I shall say thank you. Enjoy the evening.